Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kure Isagami, your resident Tinkerer and Medarotter, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. And I do want to take a moment and apologize as well for not using my standard model as I do typically. Has been giving me just a couple of issues in recent I'm trying to tinker with, so here I am with the backup model in the meantime. But that aside, man oh man, Imagineer seems to have a history thus far and a pattern of hitting people right in the feels when it comes to nostalgia, as this time they've made friends in yet again more high places, but this time partnering up with the legendary and very nostalgic Zoids series, in particular the Zoids Zero franchise, highlighting a couple of new models, lots of fun skins for existing models that also join the fun, not just for Medarots, but also Medarotters as well. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what they did announce this week, upcoming for the month of July, to highlight the Zoids collaboration with this episode of the MNN Battle of the Mecha Beasts. Starting up on the front line with the gacha banners, of course, incoming. Starting will be ZWZ0B Liger with a kit of Fight FC, Double Charge Claw, Wheeled Legs, and the Adapter leg ability. And Fight FC also will be a completely brand new skill being added to the game. You may think of this relatively similar to Ultrasium's Shoot Full Charge when we had the Ultraman collaboration. This essentially will be the very same, but instead of it being Shoot Boost, it will give him Fight Boost instead. Later on, we will also have ZWZ01J Spino with a kit of Ghost, Power Rifle, Long Shot, Biped Legs, and the Mariner leg ability. Now, one thing to explain between B Liger and J Spino is J Spino will not be going live immediately at the start of the event, as it was showcased to showcase what his kit is capable of. Instead, we will not be seeing him till roughly next week, or roughly the week after, for the second half of the collaboration event, which I will go into detail here in just a little bit. In addition to these two collaboration models, we are also seeing a return of a rather popular Minotaur type from Medarot 5, who's actually stuck around for a pretty fair bit of time in recent titles, including 7, 8, and 9, and it is MTR0 Asterios with a kit of Shoot Trap, Hammer, Counter Guard, Biped Legs, and the Explorer leg ability. Honestly, it would be just a little tankier than what you'd expect, actually, well, more or less what you expect along the lines of a Minotaur, but definitely a very unique kit all the same. Now, of the two, B Liger and J Spino are both packing a lot of very solid skills to use between the two of them, and even though at first glance Charge Claw may not be super handy as it is an AoE, scattered AoE skill, B Liger actually makes use of that very, very well and does take it in stride. So both of these models for sure will definitely be worth going after all the same once the collab does go live, as naturally it would be with any other collaboration in the past. With the Fierce battles we have this week, it's going to be relatively lower key as you see here. Starting up the line, we have CRC01 Shafu with a kit of Sword, Double Melee Anti-Air, Biped Legs, and the Excel leg ability. Behind him, we have HPP0 Hippopajamas with a kit of Stealth, Double Break Hammer, Tank Legs, and the Trap Buster leg ability. And then last but not least, we also have MOL0 Horny Devil, the Horned Lizard type, with a kit of Fire Shot, Double Missile, Wheeled Legs, and the Desert type leg ability. Now between the three, there honestly are a lot of various utility-based skills that can be very handy in a pinch, depending on where you choose or how you choose to use them. But honestly, I do have to end up giving the MVP of the week to Horny Devil, primarily for the fact that his legs are going to be a massively, massively useful part you can use anywhere, especially since desert wasteland terrains are honestly rather difficult to properly match legs on, and given that he's also wheelbase, means that you can use it on desert terrain and still keep your high speed. Or in this case, more along the sense of you can have your cake and eat it too. Behind him, I honestly did have to give a close second to Shafu, given that even though anti-air is a very selectively niche skill, it is still something to make use of and capitalize on in the rare instances where it does count. As a reminder, we're at 5-star. Once it is capped at 5-star, you get a times 5 or times 7 damage bonus when attacking foes using flight-based legs for that ultimate crippling strategy. Hippopajamas as well is still pretty solid to use with Double Break Hammer, but given that all of his parts are heavy, it will make his utility just a little bit trickier in the long run, but still worth farming all the same. Now, with the event itself, they did go into some brief detail over how it was going to play and what we could see as unlockable rewards for it, and they did highlight a few of the really big name rewards to earn this time around would include the Transport Medal, collaboration skins for Arase, Hisaki, and Koishimaru, which is rather rare since we really don't see a lot about the Medarot 5 pro tag himself. And then, of course, we also get a commemorative profile banner, once again just to kind of celebrate and show people, hey, I was a part of this event and it was awesome. But there were actually a number of other things explained with the event as well, showcasing a lot of new skins that were going to be showcased, not just for B. Liger and J. Spino, as you see here. These two skins in particular will be paid skins, naturally. So these will be about, I'd say, $25, $30 each with their bundles, which do also include a bundle of rubies that you can use to make towards further pulls if you do decide to invest in either of them. Honestly, it is kind of difficult to tell whether between these two skins or the original model skins I like better. J. Spino is definitely packing the heat with the flame decals on there and the heavier guns, but only time will tell and see just how well their viability does match up once the collaboration does go live, and of course J. Spino does indeed join the roster when his turn does come. In addition to those two, we are also getting limited skins for 3 well-known models as well, including Warbonnet, Smilodon, and Airpatera, which is rather surprising, honestly, that they were giving a Fierce Battle model a limited skin as well to highlight on this. Normally, they only stop at the limited banners, such as in this case Warbonnet and Smilodon. So seeing a model that looks like it can be it can be earned and redeemed pretty easily is honestly a very nice change, and hopefully will be a hint and show in the future that this event will be just a little bit more forgiving when it comes to free-to-play players and people that can't invest or don't want to invest monetary value in a game for various reasons. Honestly, I am really digging that Warbonnet skin, though, if I am completely honest with you. I am definitely looking forward to seeing more information on that when it goes live, to see if it's indeed a redeemable skin, like I can earn through points, or if it's something I have to pick up through diamonds in the Ruby shop. But time will tell, of course, as the event goes live, as I have stated. Now with this, of course, this event actually will be just a little bit different from what we're used to. It'll be relatively similar, actually, to how the XERS and Unitris event took place a few months ago, where it was point-based, but also included a gold and silver ticket banner to highlight extra bonuses for those that did want them. In this case, with it being point-based, mixed parts are encouraged this time around. So instead of using pure sets, say for instance if you already had Warbonnet or Chronojill, it is greatly encouraged that you mix the parts up to maximize your bonus and spread it across the team so you can earn the highest amount possible. So definitely worth going after on that, and in this case, pure sets will not be as encouraged or as necessary, so even if you do end up missing parts to, say, Warbonnet or Shinzon, as long as you get at least one part of them, you can still reap the benefits and the rewards. Same case can be said also with B. Liger and Asterios, as you see here, as they are the only two offering the silver ticket bonus. So naturally, going after either of those two, B. Liger, of course, having a higher priority, will be the one you want to shoot for the most. But of course, as mentioned, spread loading the parts across the entirety of the team will be in your best interest if that is if you do choose to go after them. And as mentioned here, the event also will be divvied in 2 parts over the first half of July. So naturally, we will be seeing the silver ticket bonus and the blue ticket bonus, as we see here, with the models listed. And very likely in the next week after this one, they will showcase J. Spino and his bonus payouts when his half of the event does go live. On the community front, we are still continually looking for translators for the Medarot 3 and the Medarot Reloaded translation projects. Progress on Medarot 3 still continually has been relatively slow, but honestly making good progress all the same, with a lot of internal menus and text now fully translated and just working on being implemented. However, we are still in massive need of helpers with the Medarot Reloaded manga, as only about 3 or 4, I'd say 5 maximum chapters have been actually translated and posted public. But we would honestly love to see more of that, since the ongoing manga itself is actually over 200 chapters at this current point in time. So if you are versed in Japanese, coding, or cleaning with some time on your hands, we are more than appreciative of any efforts that you'd be willing to provide and assist with, so we can see these projects to reality and have them completed, so that we all can enjoy them alongside our friends on the Japanese coast. Now, with the weekly art highlights, honestly, this one, a couple of these I was very, very excited to showcase, and I only got the update just earlier this morning, and that is by Twitter user Bei Daisuke, who's been working on paper crafts of popular Medarot models. And as you see here, he has officially posted the link and download password to his Manjiro paper craft, actually, that I did personally request after I saw an update of his most recent one after this one, which was Marine Healer. So fantastic work. Honestly, he does make all these paper crafts by hand, or rather hand generates them and prints them. So fantastic work to you, my friend, if you are watching this, and I will definitely keep you updated on when I do actually print that off and craft it myself. And I also want to give a highlight to this Twitter user here, Studioku Taika11, who highlighted a rather fantastically well painted and detailed model kit of a somewhat modified KBT Metabi Kotobukiya kit. So fantastic work. I love the attention to detail you put on this as well, and especially the attention with the Gundam hands on there too, to give it a little better articulation of the hands, the details on the eyes, the wear on the paint. Is fantastic work all around, and a true showcase of your talent as a modeler. Fantastic work, my friend. But aside from all this, even though it wasn't a whole lot announced this week, it was primarily just the event and just to announce incoming collaboration details with the event itself. But with that being said, I do appreciate you guys all for stopping by. If you'd like to know more, you can follow us below on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page or the Metabots Forever communities there. You can also join us on Discord in the link provided and in the comments below if you'd like to keep a closer ear to the ground on anything related to the game, merch, updates, merchandise, art, anything related to Medarot. That is your first place you will see it. And as an international community, we are absolutely friendly and open to folks of any walk of life, any border, any location in the world. This is our chance to reach out and unite the community together. You can also reach out to me personally on Twitter at IsagamIKura, so if you have any questions, feedback, comments, suggestions, this is your chance to reach out to me. My DMs are always open, so feel free to stop on by and say hello. And I'm more than happy to have any feedback or suggestions that you might have for even things I may consider doing, or I maybe should do at some point to end up covering here in the near future. Do also give these fine friends of mine a follow as well. Bei Daisuke as well. I did highlight them a couple times in the past, and I have just earlier as well with the Manjiro Papercraft. Fantastic work. They post links to all their stuff and updates to their works on their Twitter page. You will definitely not be sorry giving them a follow, and will always love seeing more of what they work on in your feed. And do also give Twitter user UC Sachinashi a follow as well on Twitter, as well as their YouTube page. For their very well-known and utterly fantastic Medarot BGM covers that they have done in the past, including tracks such as Do or Die, Like Free, Galaxy Combat, Dark Knight. They have covered a very large amount of battle tracks in the Medarot series, and you will absolutely love to see that in your feed, both on Twitter and on YouTube. But with all that being said, I do appreciate you guys for stopping by once again. It's always happy to have you in for a visit. Until next time, this is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.